Princess Abante nanginig sa kaba matapos niyang depensahan ang House of Representatives at ang Marcos administrasyon ukol sa kadasang pagpapakulong nila kay FPRD. Kampo ni VP Sara ikinantang may mga resibo sila patunay na pinagtutulungan nila ang dating Pangulo upang palayasin ito sa bansa at ipamigay sa mga dayuhan. Pero bago ang lahat, kung di pa kayo nakapag-subscribe sa channel na ito, please do subscribe para mas maging updated pa kayo sa mga susunod kong mga videos. Pinasabog nga ni VP Sara ang malansang baho ng mga alipores ni PBBM kalakip na ang kamera ukol sa mga gawa-gawang ebidensya at mga bayarang testigo upang idiin lang si dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Kaya naman, Princess Abante to the rescue sa kanyang mga kasamang bangag upang linisin ang pangalan ng mga ito, lalo na kay PBBM. Narito ang payag ni Attorney Princess Abante na kung saan hayagang pinagtakpan niya ang Kamara at ang Marcos administration.
Good afternoon po, Attorney. On my part po, yung may statements si Vice President Sara Duterte over the weekend. She said na based on rumors or gossip, yung detention po ni former President Duterte sa The Hague. So, may basihan po ba yung ganitong comment from the Vice President?
Ang comment niya based on rumors and
Ang ginamit niya actually word ay nakakulong siya dahil sa Marites.
nakakulong dahil. Well, yung statement ni VP ay base sa Marites. Ang kaso doon sa ICC ay ayon sa ebidensya. Siguro doon tayo tututok. Kung ano yung pinagbabasihan ng mga reklamo, hindi ito galing sa anumang chismis. Ito ay galing sa mga ebidensya at mga testimonies ng mga witnesses.
Follow up lang po. She also said that ICC should let go of this case. Bitawan nyo na. That's what she said. Kasi dapat mga Pilipino lang daw po ang nagde-decide tungkol sa kaso ni former President Duterte. Having said that, reasonable ba yung ganung appeal ni Vice President Duterte considering that there is no pending case filed against the former president here in the Philippines?
Well, the House of Representatives are not hindi naman involve ang House sa ICC case. In fact, time and time again, sinabi na rin naman ng mga members of the House na hindi sila nakialam at nakikialam doon sa kaso sa ICC. So, hindi rin, wala din sa saklaw ng House of Representatives yung hinihingi ni Vice President Sara. Pero bilang abogado, tingin ko alam naman din niya kung paano yung proseso sa mga ganitong klasing mga judicial bodies, ano na yung dapat nilang gawin. They have their defense lawyer to assert that before the court.
Thank you po. That's all.
Hi, good morning po, Attorney Princess. Follow-up lang po dun sa mga SONA questions ni Ate Rose. So, meron po bang any security threats na binabantayan?
Sa ngayon, wala naman akong alam specifically na binabantayan. Of course, the Philippine National Police and I would suppose the Presidential Security Group are always prepared for any security threat, no? But any specific, well, I have no information.
Opo. And ma'am, meron na po bang dun sa mga nauna nang na-invite, may mga additional po bang personalities na nag-confirm at nagsabi rin na hindi sila makakapunta? Kasi earlier, sabi ni Secretary General Velasco, yung OVP daw, nagsabi na hindi makakapunta ang Vice Presidente. May mga nadagdag po bang pangalan na nag-confirm na pupunta or nag-confirm na hindi pupunta?
Wala akong information sa mga nag-confirm at hindi nag-confirm sa side ng House, no. I've seen the reports of those who made their statements that they will not attend, but any confirmation on that wala akong data.
Opo. Ma'am, nung weekend, naglabas lang po kayo ng statement about, yun nga, House confirms compliance with Supreme Court reiterates constitutional adherence in impeachment process. May I ask kung nabigay na po today yung physical copy nung tugon ng House sa Supreme Court, and can you just elaborate for soundbite purposes lang po yung naging statement niyo po about this?
Yes, last Friday, the House of Representatives, through its counsel, the Solicitor General, already filed its compliance with the Supreme Court on the constitutionality of the initiation of the impeachment proceedings. That was done via it was electronically filed. Yung physical filing, I think they attempted this morning, but because of the weather situation, mukhang nahirapan ata sila. So we are awaiting some updates. At most, baka via registered mail ma-file today.
Opo. And ma'am, after nito, ano yung inaasahan nating susunod na mangyayari dito nga sa impeachment proceedings?
Well, dun sa Supreme Court case, I guess we will just have to await on the next steps by the Supreme Court. But for the Senate, we await for the start of the trial, as mandated by the Constitution.
Opo. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Kuya Red.
Thank you, Mela. Let's now hear from Kat Porbes from Radyo Pilipinas.
Magandang hapon po, Attorney Princess. One question lang po on my part. Ang House of Representatives po ba, meron pong gumugulong ba na relief operations para po sa mga naapektuhan ng bagyong Krising at Habagat po?
Yes. Speaker Martin Romualdez already activated the quick relief and response operation. He's coordinating with other members of the House that would need assistance para sa kanilang mga constituents, sa kanilang mga distrito, sa maaring naapektuhan dito sa bagyo. I understand meron ng iilan na nag-communicate sa office ni Speaker Martin, and the Speaker, as in his capacity as member of the House of Representatives, will help in assisting the other members in coordinating with the various agencies of the national government para makahingi ng mga relief goods and other assistance na pwede mabigay sa mga constituents nila. Wala ako nung information pa kung sino-sino mismo yung mga yon. I understand there are those that have communicated from Palawan and others from the National Capital Region.
Thank you, Kat. Janes Capanti is next from GMA Online.
Good afternoon po, Attorney. On my part po, yung may statements si Vice President Sara Duterte over the weekend, she said na based on rumors or gossip, yung detention po ni former President Duterte sa The Hague. So, may basihan po ba yung ganitong comment from the Vice President?
Ang comment niya based on rumors and
Ang ginamit niya actually yung word ay nakakulong siya dahil sa Marites. Ganun yung pagkasabi
nakakulong
po niya.
dahil. Well, yung statement ni VP ay base sa Marites. Ang kaso doon sa ICC ay ayon sa ebidensya. Siguro doon tayo tututok. Kung ano yung pinagbabasihan ng mga reklamo, hindi ito galing sa anumang chismis. Ito ay galing sa mga ebidensya at mga testimonies ng mga witnesses.
Follow up lang po. She also said that ICC should let go of this case. Bitawan nyo na. That's what she said. Kasi dapat mga Pilipino lang daw po ang nagde-decide tungkol sa kaso ni former President Duterte. Having said that, reasonable ba yung ganung appeal ni Vice President Duterte considering that there is no pending case filed against the former president here in the Philippines?
Well, The House of Representatives are not hindi naman involve ang House sa ICC case. In fact, time and time again, sinabi na rin naman ng mga members of the House na hindi sila nakialam at nakikialam doon sa kaso sa ICC. So, hindi rin, wala din sa saklaw ng House of Representatives yung hinihingi ni Vice President Sara. Pero bilang abogado, tingin ko alam naman din niya kung paano yung proseso sa mga ganitong klasing mga judicial bodies. Ano na yung dapat nilang gawin. They have their defense lawyer to assert that before the court.
Thank you po. That's all.
Thank you, Lenesca. Dwight De Leon from Rappler is next.
Hello po, good afternoon, Attorney. Attorney, magkano yung ginastos ng House of Representatives for this year's State of the Nation address? Maalala na natin last year, nagkaroon or nakatanggap ng kritisismo yung House. Siguro confusion kung paano kinastos yung 20 million budget. This year ba, ano yung budget natin para sa SONA?
Unfortunately, wala ako nung figures nung budget for the SONA. But as far as I know, yung mga allocated na budget for the SONA katulad ng mga nabanggit last year, it's not just to be spent on that day. Budget for the whole preparation for the SONA. And also, may iba't ibang ahensya din na naghahanda para sa SONA. So, kung yung specific figures, wala akong mabibigay sa ngayon.
Okay po. Attorney, how prepared is the House in the event that Vice President Duterte shows up next week umattend ng SONA? Kasi di ba sinabi na niya na hindi siya dadalo sa SONA sa ikalawang pagkakataon?
Ready naman po ang House of Representatives to welcome all officials of the government to attend the SONA. Especially bilang isang Vice President, dapat din kasama rin naman sa kanyang tungkulin na makinig sa magiging report ng ating Presidente. The House of Representatives is ready to welcome for her to attend and listen to the report of the President.
On another matter, last week, ang COMELEC approved the substitution sa Tingog allowing Congresswoman Yeda to be back in the House of Representatives. Can you just explain po, Attorney, how did this happen? Kasi isn't she already on her fourth term by next Congress? Ano po yung explanation doon?
Unfortunately, I cannot explain it as House spokesperson because yung decision on that was by the COMELEC. On the part of the House, I do not even have the information if we have received any official communications from the COMELEC on the matter. Personally, I have read through various news outlets of the update, but on the specifics and legality, hindi ko pa siya ma-discuss as of today.
Okay pa. Pero ma'am, ano na lang yung siguro sentimiento nyo as House spokesperson doon syempre sa mga kritisismo na mas nag-enable ng political dynasty yung ganitong ginawa na pag-angat kay Congresswoman Yeda bilang representative again of Tingog. So now, Speaker Romualdez, yung kanyang anak na si Andrew Julian, and also Congresswoman Yeda, they will all be part of the 20th Congress.
The House of Representatives will only accept kung ano yung mga rulings ng COMELEC in situations like this. The House doesn't determine who are those that will be from the nominees of the party list kung sino yung uupo. It is based on the proclamations from the COMELEC. So as to opinions, hindi naman nagbibigay ng ganyang klaseng opinion ng House so far on that.
Okay pa. Thank you po.
Thank you, Dwight. Darlene K. from GMA7, please go ahead with your questions.
Magandang umaga po. Ma'am, sa follow-up lang ako dun sa SONA preparations. Last year, nag-release yung House of Representatives ng guidelines tungkol sa mga susuotin ng mga attendees. And I remember last year, may mga umalma doon sa guideline on protest clothing. This year po ba, may similar guideline po ba tayo? O ano po yung gusto nating
Hindi.
sabihin na reminders?
Actually, hindi ko siya nakita masyado. Pero, of course, the SONA is an important event. Importante yung report ng Pangulo sa mamamayan. And while we welcome everyone that will be attending, we expect everyone to be in the proper attire and decorum.
Follow-up lang, ma'am. Last year kasi natatandaan ko merong specific guideline on yung mga words na
Yes.
or statement na ma-print or malalagay sa damit or anumang part of clothing. May ganun din po ba this year na pagbabawal?
Hindi ko specifically pa siya na tignan. Again, it would fall on decorum din, no? Na siguro sa pagrerespeto ng proseso ng SONA ay maging respectful din tayo sa ating decorum din dito pagpasok ng House.
Are you done with your questions, Darlene? Thank you, Darlene. Rosalie Kasigan from UNTV.
Mag-follow up lang po on impeachment. May we know for the record, ano po yung naging tugon ng House dun po sa hininging information and documentation po ng Supreme Court on the impeachment case?
Nilinaw ng House of Representatives sa Supreme Court na lahat ng naging actions ng House of Representatives ay ayon sa internal rules and regulations nito at ng konstitusyon. Yung tatlong impeachment complaints na na-receive ng December were acted upon within the 10 session day